Welcome back to the program. Pastor William here, and you listen to Moments of Inspiration. We're so glad this morning we have Peter and Megan at the studios with us. So Peter and Megan, another question that has been coming to my heart, and many people have been asking, is that in Australia, quite a few people have lost faith. People no longer respect God or go to church, or even, in fact, less than 10% of Australians actually go to church. So my question is, what do you think is the cause of this, and how do we handle this situation nowadays? Yeah, Megan? Yeah.
It's called gradualism. In America in 1962, they started to gradually remove God from the schools in religious instruction. Everything in life is gradual, so we don't just have it taken directly out of our life. It's a series of steps how it happens. Now, we're about 20 years behind America. So when they started in 62, it started to happen here in about 82, where religious instruction in the schools started to be questioned. Is it appropriate? Do we really need it? It still happens in schools today, but not on the scale it did in 1982 and before that. Now, everything in our life, it's all done by gradualism. Gradually, things are removed out of our life. We just accept it as it comes along. We don't protest. Australians are very laid back. Barry Smith used to say, New Zealand people would say, "It's all right, mate." And then Australians were exactly the same. We're a very laid back people. We don't jump up and down when things are removed. Instead of that, we listen to a lot of young people that are on radio and in the media that have no experience of life, that know nothing about what integrity understands, and everything comes under the heading of integrity. And I'm talking about respect, doing unto others as you'd have them do unto you, morals, and I'm not just meaning sexual morals, morals in the way of how we treat each other, manners, respectability, our word is our bond, compassion for others, all those standards that the people in their latter years grew up with, respectability of older people. Now, unfortunately today, a lot of the younger generations are put in, they dictate to parents in the home of how of what they want, not whether they're allowed to have it or can their parents afford it. They mostly have mobile phones, they have credit cards, and young people get themselves into all sorts of debt and they don't know how to cope with it. Many things all put into one basket have created the scene that we're in now. And not only that, Hollywood, the media play a massive part in the corruption of what integrity actually stands for, because young people follow Hollywood, they follow bands and all the things of the people that are involved in these things have no experience of life. They have no wisdom, they have no discernment. And older people used to be a mentor for the younger generations, but there's no respect now for the older generations.
Yes, true.
Many things have contributed to today's situation.
Yes. Peter, looking back at our culture, I mean, what we call our culture here, people are wealthy, people are not in need as that much. Do you think that that's also a factor that why people are forsaking God and left God out of their lives?
I think past wins today, there's so many things that preoccupy people with sport, and I'm not saying sport is good, but you have to have everything balanced in your life. When I was a young boy, Sunday was a special day when people attended church. There was no sporting venues open or gambling, all this sort of stuff. So people could focus at least one day a week on going to church or sending the children to Sunday school. And even if the parents didn't go to church, they feared God, so they sent the children to Sunday school. And my parents used to send me to Sunday school, but they didn't go themselves.
It's amazing that you're saying that, because when I look at our culture, you say, but Megan have just spoken something really, really unique about the Hollywood, you know. It is true. I mean, the film industry, they glamorize sex, they glamorize life, and they think that, you know, everything, you see this woman that's got a child, and then the child is growing up, all of a sudden, everything's okay. They don't show you the difficulty, the nappy changes, the crying, and no, I'm enjoying life with my daughter. But they don't realize that it's much more than that. So people today are deceived. It's like an illusion. So, in your own opinion, what is the way? How can we correct these things in our society?
Look, the only way we can correct the situation, what it is now, look, young people are camouflaged by the environment, unfortunately, and they don't respect parents as the way in how it used to be, because they've given a lot of their mentor is Hollywood and the media and TV.
Yes.
It's a very materialistic world, and today's world does not include God. And at the end of it, they have no one to mentor.
Yes.
They're looking for someone to mentor, and they look towards every area that is not the right place to look. We, as a church, people, I think the churches, we can't go back to the way it was 50 years ago, because the people of today don't recognise that it is unfamiliar to them. What we need to do is start, I think, on a one-to-one basis, which is a hard way to go, but that's how the first church started, is to go out into the community, not remain in the churches, the walls of the churches. The world does not come into the church. We need to get out there and start standing up for what we believe in. We are afraid to stand up and say the name Jesus. There's many groups within the community that stand up and push their cause to the front, and they attract the attention of the media. We need to be, as Christian people, to get up there and say to people what God represents, that he is real, that he has certain laws in place. People don't know where the laws of the land came from. If you even ask them that, they wouldn't know what you're speaking about. I'm speaking about thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, do unto others, you'd have them unto do. They don't know where they came from. And they came from a man called, when God spoke to Moses, when he gave us the 10 Commandments, many thousands of years ago.
Yes.
They have been lost. All these things have all contributed to the situation of today.
Amazing. That's so true, Megan. And,